You're watching Good Morning Carolinas with Jason Glasspool, Crystal Costa, meteorologist Darren Stack, and Amanda Kenseth.
And a good Tuesday, April 16th morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. Okay, so the winter months might have taken a toll on your vehicle and your tires. Thank goodness warmer air is finally here, and you want to make sure your vehicle is ready to hit the road this spring or summer.
And WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kenseth is live at Mason Tire in Conway with some tips on spring car care. Hey, Amanda.
That's right, and I do love the warmer air. However, this warmer air contains pollen, and that's why I can hardly breathe this morning. And I think that's why these filters look so different, right? Is that part of the reason?
That is a big part of the problem on them.
This is a new filter.
Brand new filter.
And that's a dirty
This is a dirty old filter. So
this is probably what most cars look like about now.
They do, and depending on your driving habits, where you go, dirt roads, smooth roads, but the pollen was a big thing. It gets in there, and at least we're getting over it a little bit now, hopefully.
Right.
But that's the reason you need to definitely have them checked.
Okay.
For sure.
So if you get a new filter, how do you put it in?
All right. We can look on this car. Most of them are different. On this type of vehicle, if you see, everything here is enclosed. Now you got to be very careful with these because you can break a lot of components popping this off, and a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
So like on mine, for instance, right here, you grab it and you pop it from the back. You'd never know that. Then you bring it up through here. This is the component where your air filter fits. You have 8 screws in it, and you have an air breather hose here and an air breather hose here, which is connected to your throttle body, which you do not want to damage. Okay. That's for sure.
All I'm hearing is don't touch.
That's exactly right.
That would be me. But on some of the older models, it's a little easier.
Some of the older models a little easier. Go ahead.
I was going to say maybe we'll show off an older model coming up here in a little bit, but it sounds a lot easier than 8 screws and don't pull here. And
don't pull there, that's right.
But the biggest message is change the air filter because that really helps your car, right? It's bad if you have a dirty air filter.
Fuel mileage, the performance of your car, all the way around.
Okay. And nobody wants bad fuel mileage because that just eats a hole in your wallet, guys.
There's no doubt about that. You know what? And you and I aren't used to the pollen. We're starting to get used to it. But I've never even thought about what the pollen does to the air filter.
Me neither.
My gosh, it's got to clog it up every year.
Absolutely. The way you got to winterize your car, you got to get it ready for the spring and the summer, too. And summertime is around the corner, so you might want to get your car checked out because, of course, hot temperatures can put strains on vehicles.
WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kenseth is live at Mason Tire on Highway 544 in Conway. She's got some tips on what you need to know, and you had some good ones last time. What's going on?
Yeah, well, when I think of spring, I think of rain because we get a lot of it. And so you want to make sure your tires are good and they have enough tread because you would hate to be slipping and sliding because that would cause a whole bunch of other problems. Yeah. You got to fix your entire car if you get in an accident, right?
Tread, for sure, and air pressure.
Okay.
We do have a couple examples of some tires right here if you want to look at them. Which one would you like to do first? Tread?
Let's check the tread.
All right, there's your tread. That is called a tread depth gauge.
Okay.
Now, it's a little different what you do. And what you do with this tire, you just take it and put it in your tread of the tire.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of give you an idea. You put it right there and just push it down. And it tells you how much tread is on your vehicle.
Oh, well, that looks pretty good.
This one here is around, should be around 12-30 seconds, 13-30 seconds.
Okay. All right, so let's check out this tire right here. Yeah, that's not so good, right?
Absolutely has no 30 seconds left on it.
This has almost no tread. Okay, what about if
that has no tread,
we go over here to the side?
Yes.
Okay, so if you got this tire, then obviously you would want to get some new tires before you go out on the road.
Tire recommendations, yes, ma'am. You need to change them about every 30 seconds.
Okay. And I mean, you know, you don't always need this little fancy thing. If you just look at this one, you can tell that, hey, the treads are bad, you can slip and slide, and that's no good. But I think that's one of the most important things. I don't know if I'm right or not, but I think that's one of the most important things.
It is very important things, especially with the weather like it is in the spring with the rain we get and everything.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely.
All right. Oh, and hopefully your tires will never look like this because I don't know what this driver was doing, but yeah, that's no bueno right there, guys.
Well, hopefully that's not about your tire, Amanda?
Yeah,
My
out there
goodness.
four-wheeling, you know her.
I don't know if you knew this or not, Crystal, but April is car care month.
I did not know that.
It sure is. You know, a lot of us breaking free from the winter weather. We're going to be hitting the roads because we just like to go for drives in the spring and the summer.
Yeah, but that cold air that we saw for months, it can take a big toll and cause some unexpected damage to your vehicle. So WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinseth is live at Mason Tire in Conway talking about spring car care. Hey, Amanda.
That's right, and it's funny because a lot of the stuff we're talking about this morning, we've already had to do to our car. For example, windshield wipers. This is a not so good windshield wiper right here. Ours was actually broken all the way to down here. I mean, it would like literally follow the windshield wiper. But that's
backtracking.
Yes, yeah. But that's why you have to change it to a new one, and it's not so hard to do, right?
Some of them are a little bit more difficult than others.
Okay.
They have plastic clips on them that are easy to break if you don't watch what you're doing.
Okay.
But I would just, take your time. And if you can't, we'd be glad to do it for you.
Are they labeled on the package just as easy?
Most of them, yes, they are. Everything is labeled easy.
And something that wasn't easy on a newer car was changing an air filter. We talked about, because of that yucky pollen, this is what your air filter probably looks like. This is what a new one looks like. There's a drastic difference there. How do you change an air filter on this? This is a little bit of an older car than what we showcased earlier.
It is. This one's a little bit easier than the one we looked at before. This one has just 4 screws. You have one here, one here, one here, one in the back side here. But now if you look, you still have a lot of components hooked up to it. This is what they call a mass airflow sensor. You have to be very careful, even doing this one. When you pull this off, make sure that none of these disconnect, none of them breaks, anything in there. So you still have to be very careful with them.
Okay, and I know this looks dirty, but is it super important? Do you really have to change your air filter?
Yes.
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 Absolutely. That's all there is to it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Again, you got fuel mileage. Makes your engine breathe better, which gives you more performance in the vehicle. So there's no doubt. If it clogs up, you will definitely know it.
Okay.
Especially at the gas pumps.
There you go, guys.
And I am embarrassed to say that my windshield wipers have looked like that, where the little squeegee parts like dangling off. It is well worth the $8 or whatever it is to go get those windshield wipers fixed.
Well, because the rain right now that we've been seeing, especially, so
dangerous.
good timing. The salty air and old man winter, of course, can cause some unforeseen damage to your vehicle. So there's no better time to make sure your car's ready to hit the roads for spring and summer.
Yeah, and April is Car Care Month. WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinseth is live at Mason Tire on 544 in Conway. Are you checking tires right now?
I'm checking tires. We already checked the tread. This one's good. And now I am checking the air pressure. There we go. Yep, and that looks good right there. Okay, so I am so excited that I remembered to actually check inside the door instead of on the tire to look at how good the pressure should be. I learned that last time I was here.
Yes, you did. You've done a great job. That's very impressive.
We've also talked about your air filter and changing that. And then something that I've never thought about, you said there's a filter inside the car that can look this bad or even worse, and that's the air that you breathe in the car.
Yes, it's called your cabin air filter. Not a lot of people know they're in the vehicle. They've been in the vehicles probably for about the last 5 to 6 years, maybe a little longer.
Okay.
They're up underneath the dash, so they're out of the way and they're hid. We know where they're at. We do look at them all the time, but it's something people just do not remember to check.
Yeah, and they can be pretty nasty. I mean, you look at this, and then you think that's the air that you're breathing in the car.
Exactly. That is exactly what you're breathing when you're doing that.
And they look like this or even worse, right?
I've seen some a lot worse. Yes, I have. Yes.
All right, well, if you couldn't remember everything that we told you to check this morning, you can go here or other places. You've got like a whole laundry list of stuff that you check for people for the spring.
Yes, we do.
Rundown.
And we'd be glad to do it for you at any of our 5 locations on the beach.
And don't forget about the little, inside the cabin, because you don't want to breathe air like this. Guys.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. I'm sure mine is pretty darn dirty.
Yeah, we have to spring clean on our cars, too, apparently.
Yes, a good thing to keep in mind.